welcome, 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 welcome. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for joining me on my journey to becoming Dr. Mothapo. If you're new to this channel, welcome. And yeah, my name is Mothapo and I'm currently a 4th year medical student at Wits, and yeah, I'm on a journey to becoming Dr. Mothapo. Now, on today's video, we're going to be talking about something that it's actually quite stressful, honestly speaking. It's stressful, it causes a lot of stress and anxiety, and that is university funding. Like, I'm sure at some point in time in your life, you've had to think about how much school actually costs, like your tuition and your accommodation, all of that costs, and it can get quite stressful. So some of you guys may be wondering, like, why this video? Like, why all of a sudden are you posting a video about university funding and all of that? And the thing is, a couple of weeks back, a friend of mine and I started actually applying for funding for our university, like, you know, degrees, right, for basically for medicine. And we realized that this process is actually very stressful. Like, it requires a lot of time, it requires a lot of research that should go into it. It requires you calling these people, emailing those people, and basically just trying every available means to actually get the funding. So now, after doing all of that, we're actually still doing it. After doing all of that, we realized that it was important to actually share this information, that people should be out there knowing where to start and how to go about it, and basically what the different funding opportunities that are out there, like what are they, you know? So yeah, that is basically why we're doing this video and why this video is going to be out there. The hope is that if there's anybody who is looking for funding, who is thinking of starting to find out about the different funding opportunities, that you will have a video that you can go to and sort of try and navigate your way around it. And yeah, let's actually just get right into it, because I feel like now I'm talking like way too much and I haven't gotten to the point. Okay. So let us start. So when we were going through the whole funding process, we realized that if you're looking for funding, you basically have like 4 different options when it comes to funding, right? And we will go through each one of these options. Now, before we start, I just want you guys to know that all of this information that I will be talking about right now has already been written down for you somewhere. It is somewhere. Now, this is where it is. My friend Kundi, the person that I am busy with right now, has a blog where she has basically written out all of this information, and she's put it down on a blog where you guys can go and read it up. And some of the sites that we talk about, she actually has links to those sites where you guys can just click and go fill in the online application form and yeah, things like that. So guys, please do check out her blog. I'll leave it in the description box. Check it out and subscribe if you want to subscribe to the blog, and yeah, enjoy some of the other reads about medicine and her journey in this degree. So yeah, let's start. The 4 different ways in which you can get funding, right? So the first way is through bursaries and scholarships, right? Now, bursaries and scholarships is the one that most of us know. Like, we know this one a lot. We're like, oh my gosh, a bursary, oh my gosh, I need to get a bursary. Fine. So there are a number of bursaries that I'll be talking about right now. And just to make it clear, these bursaries are not strictly for medicine. They're not strictly for health sciences. They are for medicine, health sciences, and other degrees and other disciplines, right? It's not only for us, but I am talking about them because they do fund medicine and other health science degrees. But then if you actually look into it, it funds also other like disciplines like teaching, engineering, accounting, you name it. You just have to look it up and see which one fits you. So some of the bursaries that I know that would be funding medicine, these are bursaries that I've personally inquired about, and others I've heard that other people did get funding through these bursaries to further their studies in medicine or any other field in health sciences. And basically the bursaries and scholarships are your TISO Foundation, Tomorrow Trust, we have the General Electric bursary, we have Pyrotech, we have what's the Sego.mothapo. Let me just quickly look. We have SFAP, Study Trust. We also have your Marshall Scholarship, Mothapo Foundation. We also have PPS Foundation. PPS also does fund, and it's also important for you to look at whatever province that you come from. There is a Department of Health, a Department of Education that does fund people's school fees. So please do apply. And I know some of the departments, like for example the Western Cape one, the Mpumalanga one, and what's the other one? I think, yeah, those ones that I know that like, or they come through for their people, like the Joburg one as well, the Gauteng one. But right now it's a bit but yeah, those ones that I know. So if you're from Western Cape and you literally need like funding, please apply for the provincial one. They do fund. I know of people who are on those bursaries, so please do apply for them. And yeah, but remember that some of these bursaries will be in Kundi's blog. They'll be there. We've listed all of them, and you guys can actually go and have a look, right? So those are bursaries. With bursaries, typically what I did is that, first of all, before I actually started with the bursary, what I did is that I gathered all the information that I know that they would typically want, right? So this includes things like my matric certificate, my ID, my proof of registration, my proof of residence. They would want things like my latest fee statement. They'd want a motivational letter. They'd want my references. So those are things that I prepared beforehand when I'm applying for bursaries, because I found that if you have everything beforehand and you put it like on a drive or something like that, it makes the process much easier. It's much easier because all you do is just attach the documents for every single application, and then you're done, right? Because previously in other years, I used to be so stressed and just so frustrated by the whole process, because I would just do like one bursary application and fill out whatever is needed, start another one, try to get the information again, and I realized that that was time consuming and it became a bit disheartening at times, right? And also ask other people. If you know of other people who are on those bursaries, ask them maybe what sort of things they want to know in their motivational letters, because I know of people who are in some bursaries, and I ask them, hey, so what kind of things do they want me to know? Like, do they want to know about me? Like, what angle should I approach this motivational letter? Things like that. Do ask around so that other people can help you actually try secure your bag. Now we're on to number 2. Number 2 is university assistance and funding, right? So with the university assistance and funding, I can only speak for Wits because I'm not really sure how other universities operate, or rather how it's done at other universities. I only know like with ours, right? So with ours, you can apply for what we call gap funding, right? With gap funding, basically it's like you're part of the missing middle, and then you can be funded by the university and like in collaboration with the government, right? And the second one is that you can apply for discretionary fund. So now all of this is on your self-service. You can apply for discretionary fund, and what that is that you basically put in your application, just fill in your details, and then after you filled it in, there are sponsors that put money into the university, and they're saying that should there be students who need money or like need help with funding, then the university has to allocate money to those people. Now this is very important because I know people who've gotten like 20k or like 40k put into their fees strictly from that thing, and I mean they have different criterias which I don't really know what they are, but they actually do it. So do apply for it. Apply for discretionary funding. You never know, you might just get it, or they might just contribute some amount to your fees that will be helpful. And the other one that I didn't really know about much until like not so long ago is your university council merit scholarship. What this one is that if you get an average of 75% and above, you basically qualify for like a university scholarship, right? So I think the scholarship like it ranges from I think 3,000 Rand to a maximum of 10,000 Rand, and this is based on whether or not you get a distinction or not, right? So that's fine, you guys. If you are able to, please work towards getting that distinction so you can get some money off your fees, right? 10,000 Rand is a lot. It's 10,000 Rand less that your parents have to worry about. So yeah, try to aim for those distinctions if you can. If not, apply for these other funding methods. And the third funding method that we're going to be talking about is crowdfunding. Now, what crowdfunding is basically you putting out a profile out there, applying at the different crowdfunding platforms and putting out a profile saying that you are in need of funding, right? So when you're saying that you need a funding, basically you have to approach different people on social media, put it out there, spread the word, and ask people to actually fund your fees, right? Different people can contribute different amounts, and the different funding platforms that I know are Phoenix, GoFundMe, Back a Buddy, and Bursary Network. So this one, it does work. I know people have gotten like their fees paid off, like all of them, simply from like what's this this funding thing, right? So it does work. You just have to be prepared for it. You just have to be willing to put yourself out there and put your profile out there. So just read up more about it and see other profiles, see if this is something that you can do. But I promise you, people do get funding. All right, and now the last way in which you can fund your university fees is basically through loans, right? So this is one that most of us don't want to get to, and we don't want to go to that one because I mean, you don't want to take out money to have to pay it back, things like that. But for some, it is an option, right? So I know at Wits we have what is called the Discovery Loan, right? So Wits is in collaboration with Discovery to basically fund medical students. They basically fund them for whatever year that they need funding for, and then you basically have to pay this money once you graduate and you start working. So during the period where you are still a student, there is no interest that is charged to your fees. There is no interest on that actual amount. The interest only starts incurring when you graduate and when you have to start paying it off. So for many people, this is a very good one because you also don't need your parents to sign as surety for this loan. You're the person who is responsible for it, provided that after you finish with your studies and you graduate, you're gonna start paying it off. So yeah, that is another one. And then you guys can also check out the Kundi loan, right? You can check out different banks offer different loans. So just go up there, find out what the interest rates are, if you qualify or not, and that is one of the ways in which you can fund your degree. It's not one that a lot of us want to go into, but for most people it's something that you have to resort to, and it's worth looking into because at the end of the day, you're trying to finish your degree, you're trying to get out there so you can make your own like money and start living your own best life, you know what I mean? So these are some of the options that we know. So yeah, just some advice, some personal advice about this whole funding thing from my side. Funding is a lot. This whole process is very stressful. It can get very stressful. And what I do advise is that before you actually think of starting to look for funding and you're thinking of starting to apply for bursaries and things like that, that you give yourself some time. Take at least a week or so beforehand. Just sort of process what you're going to be doing. Like process the fact that you are going to be filling in forms, you're going to be running around trying to get this and get that and get that. Basically just mentally prepare yourself for that process because it can get tiring, right? And this is a time where you just sort of have to identify your support structures, identify who are the people that can be there for you during this process, because sometimes you might feel like giving up and you might feel like, oh, this is actually just a lot, you know. And I know there's some people are saying to me, but this is how we've been applying. Like we have been applying, we have been sending these things. What if I get a no again? What if I get a rejection yet again? And I'm saying to you, do it anyway. Apply yet again. Like just send through that application, send it. If you have your mindset on this bursary, like I really want this one, put an application. Even though last time they said no, put in yet another application. Like I know of people who got funding only in like their 5th year or only in their 6th year, and I feel like that has made a difference. It's 1 year off where you don't have to worry about fees. For as long as you can just apply, and I know it is stressful and it is a lot, but don't give up, keep on trying. And yeah, man, so that is basically it from me. So I just need one favor from you guys, one big favor. Number one is that you guys should go check out Kundi's blog, right? So check out the blog where we have written all these things down for you. And the second thing is that in the comment section, can you guys please leave some words of affirmation, some words of encouragement for people who will be watching this video and are actually in need of funding and they might be feeling stressed, you know. So just sort of creating a safe space for people to know that they're not alone. Send your hearts, send your love, your flowers, all of those things in the comment section below. And yes, I hope to see you guys in the next video. And please guys, if you have not subscribed to my channel, please do. We are currently on 800 and something, I think, but I feel like we're very close to 1000 and I hope that we can get there. So please subscribe to my channel. I hope that you guys found this video to be very helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to message me in the comment section below and follow me on my social media and DM me if you feel like you need more information. And yeah, bye guys. Remember, let's keep the love flowing, let's keep the channel growing, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.